Also give a very warm welcome to Dr. Francisco Savarios Teguh from the Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy, Republic of Indonesia, who has already just joined with us today. Dear participants and everyone, I would like to invite all of you to join the photo session right now. And so please kindly turn on your camera to take the pictures together. So with the help of our team, I think today we have Dr. Maya to help with us if you are ready.
Yes, ready, Miss Penny.
Okay, thank you very much. Now I can see that we have more than 200, so we have 9 pages. So let me count maybe for the first page. So everyone please stay tuned with your smile because we have a lot of pages right now. So for the first page, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, next.
Okay, the next one for the second page, let me count 3, 2, 1.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Okay, next.
Okay, next page for the third page, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, next.
Okay, next for the fourth page, 3, 2, and 1.
Okay, please wait a moment. Okay, next.
Okay, next one is the fifth page, 3, 2, and 1.
Okay, next for the sixth page.
For the sixth page, 3, 2, and 1.
Okay, please wait a moment. Okay, next.
Next for the seventh page, 3, 2, and 1.
Okay, next.
Okay, the last two pages, 8th page.
Okay, next for the last one.
Okay, the last page, 3, 2, and 1.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone. And also thank you to Dr. Maya who helped us. Okay, so next, we will move on to our second keynote speaker, which will be delivered by Dr. Francisco Savarios Teguh as the representative from the Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy, Republic of Indonesia. So to Dr. Francisco, if you are ready, I will give you the floor.
Yes, thank you. Good morning to all of you. Hope that my voice is clear. Hello?
It's very clear.
It's clear? Yeah,
yes.
thank you very much.
You. Yes.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera untuk kita semua. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, salam kebajikan. Salam Indonesia Maju, salam Indonesia Sehat. Dr. Mego, Bapak Dr. Mego Pindadito yang saya hormati selaku PLT Deputi Bidang Pemanfaatan Riset dan Teknologi, mewakili Kepala BRAIN, the Honorable Distinguished Guests, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to mention the number of speakers today and the distinguished guests. Professor Bing Yang, PhD, Biological System Engineering from Washington State University. Dr. Muhammad Haswin Hussein, School of Chemical Science, University Science Malaysia. Professor Dr. Hiroyuki Yano, Research Institute for Sustainable Humanosphere, Kyoto University, Japan. Professor Dr. Kenji Umemura, Research Institute for Sustainable Humanospheres, Kyoto University, Japan. Professor Dr. Peter Spathal. I hope that my pronunciation of the name is clear. From the Department of for Forest Environment, Eberswalder. Farsolo Sunio, PhD from the School of Management, University of Asia and Pacific, Philippines. Dr. Insinyur Wahyu Dwianto from the Research Professor, Center for Biomaterials National Research and Innovation Agency, Mr. Kentaro Takahashi, Institute for Global Environmental Strategies, Japan, Dr. Koirul Himi Setiawan, Research Professor, Research Center for Biomaterial National Research and Innovation Agency, Dr. Ratu Damayanti from the Forestry Research Development and Innovation Agency of the Ministry of Environment and Forestry Indonesia, Dr. Kenshi Takahashi, Associate Professor, Research Institute for Sustainable Humanosphere, Kyoto University, Japan, Dr. Keiichi Koda from the Hokkaido University, Dr. Wendy Harjupa, Research Center for Biomaterials National Research and Innovation Agency. Again, good morning to all of you. First of all, allow me to extend the apology and warm regards from the Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy, since Her Excellencies Mr. Sandiaga Uno is unable to participate in this conference. Praise to the God Almighty that we are able to gather today at the first international conference of Lignocellulose in conjunction with the 10th International Symposium for Sustainable Humanosphere. So may we all in a good health and safety with spiritful in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic. I appreciate GSPS Alumni Association of Indonesia and Research Center for Biomaterials of Indonesia Institute of Sciences Indonesia for organizing this prestigious conference as an effort to gain innovative and creative ideas, program, and best practice in accelerating the implementation of 17 goals of SDGs and related to the climate change mitigation. I do appreciate the participants in this conference, not only from Indonesia, but also from overseas. GSPS Bangkok Office, Research Center for Biomaterial National Research and Innovation Agency, Paris, Kyoto University, Japan, Bogor Agriculture University, Universitas Islam Indonesia, Universitas Jambi, Universitas Lampung Mangkurat, Universitas Mula Warman, Universitas Padjadjar, Universitas Sumatera Utara, Universitas Trisakti, and maybe others that support this conference to encourage wider engagement and action to achieve SDGs and climate change mitigation. Ladies and gentlemen, this current pandemic situation extremely relates with VUCA, to describe or to reflect on the volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity of our general condition and situations. The impact of COVID-19 on tourism places further pressures on economics, such as loss of income, unemployment, pressures on social, cultural, and heritage conservation, as well as on environment and communities, particularly for workers, industries, and connect to shortage of its value chain implication. The COVID-19 crisis is also a landmark or a critical moment for us to align the efforts of sustaining livelihoods dependent on tourism and creative economy to SDGs and ensuring a more resilient, inclusive, carbon neutral, and resource efficient future. The future of tourism and creative economy will be turned by social and economic, political, environmental, and technological factors, which addressing challenge, threats, and opportunity. So therefore, it is important for us to understand the new trends in tourism and creative economy. In global, there are mega trends shaping the future of tourism, which cover first, sustainable tourism growth, including emission, water resources, food production, and well-being. Second, enabling the technologies. We are more using the digitalization, automatization, virtual reality, augmented reality, artificial intelligence, and blockchains. Third, travel mobility, linking with the growth of travelers, pandemic and security now we are facing today, natural disaster and political instability. Fourth, evolving or increasing the visitors' demand. We are now coming to the global middle class, aging populations, more silver or senior citizens, and emerging generation, including centennials, generation alpha, and also millennials. So these trends require the increasing of demand, demanding for health, hygiene, safety, innovation, and digitalization, as well as sustainability. Nonetheless, the change of the new trends in the era of post-pandemic expedite tourism and creative economy to address and embrace the core values of quality and sustainable tourism, scale of human resources to enhance services and standard measurements, experience satisfaction dealing with the economy of experience, product and service diversification to promote a more environmental friendly platform at all levels, and adoption for technology to strengthen the quality of tourism and creative economy. Therefore, currently, the tourism and creative economy recovery programs are undertaken through one, human resources capacity building, recovering reskilling, upskilling, and competency certification. Second, revitalization of tourism destination and creative economy infrastructure, strengthening the destination management and governance, tourism village development, supporting seamless travel and safe destination, enabling facilities and amenities for tourism and creative economy ecosystem. Third, increase resilience and business competitiveness, providing incentive and access to capital, access to market. And we also launched the CSE standardization, cleanliness, focus on the cleanliness, health, safety, and environmental sustainability. Business restarting for tourism and creative economy sectors. And fourth, product and service innovation, including quality of products, facilitating product and service standard, intellectual property rights protection, digital transformation, and appreciation for the Indonesian creativity. And fifth, market recovery and expansion. We are focused on the domestic market, proud of domestic travel in Indonesia with the hashtag di Indonesia saja, and also the Indonesia Care, creative product marketing and promotion, national movement of proud and love for Indonesian product with a hashtag beli kreatif lokal, a hashtag ada di warung, and opening of the borders for international visitors after the situation is conducive. The tourism and creative economy sector emphasizes the application of the inclusive, responsible, competitive values through renewable energy, green, and sustainable industry linkage to highlight with the people, planet, and prosperity, as well as partnership that to be better aligned with the 2030 agenda of SDGs. As a part of our national commitment, a comprehensive response is undertaken for climate change mitigation in the area of reduction carbon dioxide and greenhouse gases, emission and pollution through several measures like the implementation of the ecotourism, village and rural tourism, nature-based tourism, zero waste management, no plastic campaigns, water management, waste management, implementation of carbon footprint calculator towards natural carbon destination, renewable energy source, as well as electric transportation in the destination, as well as in the creative hub. Hence, the Ministers of Tourism and Creative Economy also carry out relevant programs to achieve SDGs, and climate change adaptation covers development of sustainable tourism destination, sustainable tourism observatories, sustainable tourism industries, sustainable marketing and management through implementing quality and sustainable standards and criteria and measurements in tourism and creative economy sectors in the midst of COVID-19 or post-COVID-19 afterwards. Implementation of the sustainable certification, it is also one of our pillars, encouraging green financing and green investment scheme, because it's very important to revival through various finance sources as a green bonds or green sukuk framework, or through corporate social responsibility or CSR, or through bilateral or multilateral partnership with local SMEs. The Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy will remain boost program and policies through innovation, adaptation, and collaboration with all parties. The synergy between material science and engineering, as well as the creative economy, provides an update and possible scientific actions to assess effective solution for sustainable future. So the Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy highlight the importance of big data and new information technologies, analysis and assessment of the design policies and process. Honorable distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. As a matter of fact, the Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy has a portfolio to be responsible for about 17 subsectors in creative economy, which comprises application, game developer, interior design, visual communication design, product design, fashion, animation and video, film, photography, creative and crafts, culinary, gastronomy, music, publishing, advertising, performing arts, fine arts, television, and radio. The COVID-19 pandemic put a huge strain on the tourism and creative economy sectors. Many subsectors of the creative economy are being hit and disrupted by pandemics. But we are aware with the technology, e-commerce, digital, financial technology, which turns out that some creative economy subsectors such as application, gaming, game developer, television, radio, e-sport, animation are increasing and growing. Those subsectors are not only survived, but also became a pandemic winner. Be a winner and take opportunities. While other subsectors experience negative growth throughout 2020, these industry subsectors continue to experience positive growth. For instance, the subsector of the television and radio industry grew 10.48%, while the application and the game developer subsector grew 4.47%. In the period of social restriction that we are facing now, the Indonesian film industry has indeed got loss of potential revenue of around 3 trillion rupiahs in Indonesian rupiahs. But on the other hand, the number of over-the-top or OTT subscribers increased. For example, Netflix video or Disney Hotstar subscribers. In addition, the COVID-19 pandemic triggered an acceleration of the digitalization transformation. Based on our social survey in April 2021, about 88% of the internet users in Indonesia using electronic commerce services. So therefore, the figures confirm that the economic development must be carried out by optimizing the momentum of the creative and digital economy. Especially at this time, there's a change in the consumption patterns of the digital products. We are online shopping activities right now increasing during pandemic. One of them is through the approach of the developing of the domestic creative and digital economy ecosystem. The Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy encourage the digital ecosystem development for micro, small, and medium enterprises. The diversification of the ecotourism, nature-based related tourism product, wellness tourism, adventure tourism, tourism village to revive the economic in the midst of a pandemic to become resilience and pandemic winner. In support of this, the Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy, in collaboration with cross sectors and relevant ministers or other institutions, to boost a policy support scheme and concrete stimulus program. Now we are doing that in relation to the capital access or market access, human resources capacity, as well as research and technology. So in this context, the Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy also encouraged to jointly develop tourism and creative economy to be more sustainable, resilient, and competitive, which link with the scheme of blue-green economy, circular economy, natural carbon destination and product, as well as climate-friendly tourism framework and practices. Particularly, we underpin the role of the research institution and universities. So in this case, brains take a lead as the center of excellence for innovation in order to develop and promote the quality and sustainability of tourism and creative economy in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, on this occasion, we would also like to call action for solution to invigorate sustainability values and ideas through strengthening attractiveness, resiliency, localness, inclusiveness, competitiveness, and creativity, as well as innovation for a more and more sustainable livelihood for the planet in the future. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Om Santi Santi Santi. Terima kasih.
Thank you very much to Dr. Franciscus for the interesting sharing related to our theme and perspective of the Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy, Republic of Indonesia. So next, we just received the update that Dr. Mego Pinandito is going to share the keynote presentation related to our theme also. So to Dr. Mego Pinandito, please, if you are ready, Pak, time is yours.
Okay, it's already open. Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, regarding to the what we'd like to deliver today, I just try to share this little bit. Oh, sorry. Yes. It's already displayed well.
I think it's still waiting for the screen.
Not yet.
No, not yet. I think it's not yet pop up into our screen.
Just
Yeah.
stop.
Yeah, maybe we can try again once again. Yes, now we can see. Yeah, it's clear.
Okay.
Thank you, Pak.
Yes, thank you very much for just want to explain about the National Research and Innovation Agency, we call in Indonesia is the BRIN, regarding to the future research and innovation, that is including the mechanism and also how to deal with all of the activities of research and innovation in Indonesia. First, since the April 28, 2021, this year, we have the special government body directly under the president. It is not a ministry, and also we are not, BRIN is the non-ministerial government institution. So BRIN is already discussed in the cabinet that they are already direct responsible and also ordered by the president. And again, if we look at the Indonesian now, BRIN is trying to integrate all of the resources, including the human resources, infrastructure, and also the national budget. Of course, not only with, we know like Lapan, LIPI, PPPT, or Batan in Indonesian language, that is including the National Institute of the Aeronautics of Space, in the Indonesian Institute of Sciences, Agency for Assessment and the Application of Technology, and also National Nuclear Agency. But of course, it is including the about 44 government research institutions across the ministry and institute. So regarding to this one, it means that in BRIN, we are covering almost all of the field of the research and innovation. And it will be implementing as soon as possible. We try to start after the day after the inauguration of the head of the chairman of the BRIN, but like August and 2 days, we are almost running with all research and innovation. So in the case of this, the mandate of the BRIN drastically try to encourage and also to coordinate all of the again all of the resources so that we can updating, and we can also the increase of the critical mass of research and research resources in Indonesia. And along this the aim, of course, we are trying also to attract young talents on research to join and to contribute any research activity in Indonesia. It means almost the master and doctor degrees would be better, and also try to get more and more in talents. And again, we cannot doing it together only with Indonesia, but of course, we try to support, to get supported, and to gain, to deliver the global engagement and collaboration in spite of the speed up of the technology, knowledge, and skill transfer to the research collaboration. And know that the target means we can try to, one is to how to make the collaboration in the global standard research ecosystem, that is including the academia, industry, also the community and government, and also in focus on the only three, but it is not a small tree, but a very big tree, the digital economy, the green economy, and the blue economy. That is including how the digital, I think, for example, in supporting for example, smart farming, and also how to engagement the collaboration with such kind of the industry. And the target, as we can see, that specialists in the focusing of the research try to increase the value added in the local natural resources. It means that we can also trying to make the start of the research from the local product or the local things that we are already announced. But of course, because of Indonesia have not only the biodiversity, but of course with the geography, diversity, and also art and culture, it means that we have more and more in trying and to offer the international collaboration. It makes Indonesia as the global platform for the natural resources and diversity-based research, including this one, facilitating, again, integrating the research and innovation, especially in the infrastructure resources, will be the enabling for the national industry and business player to conduct the research and development-based product development, and by providing the platform for the talent human resources in Indonesia. It means that we have to have international collaboration more and more. So I think with this conference, with the international conference, for example, with conference of the Lignocellulose, and also the International Symposium for Sustainable Humanous Field, it will be very important to get the engagement of this field. So I think this is what have been done by the government regarding to the regulation. It started with the national policy, the research and innovation law is in 2019, and also with several supporting or driving regulation, including the local content. We call the TKDN. We try the government also set some procurement regulation. It is almost with the priority in the local product, and also using the electronic catalog for innovation, and also some incentive, the low tax incentive, for example, super tax deduction for business who are doing research together, and also with the incentive on inventor. So if you like to the, I think all of the inventor of the research are also hoping that more and more in the passive income. So this is also the important one, that the incentive for the inventors are also supported, have been finished and supported by the government. So including the national talents management and also open research infrastructure, we are offering the international collaboration to come to Indonesia and also to use all of the facilities, and of course together with the scientists from Indonesia to do research and innovation. Not only with the infrastructure in the land, but also we are trying to support for the oceanic activities. We set several research vessels. I think in the future means that for next year or the next 2 years, with the new research vessels in Indonesia. Of course, all of the data, including the raw data, are obligated to set with the primary scientific data repository, so we can use all of the data by, of course, by some of them, so that we can share what the important thing, and also to discuss more and more in data analysis and utilization. And this is just to show that by the new policy, we support the science-based policy, as we know that all of the policies set by the ministries are also need to be, for example, first is coming from the science base. So we are doing together first with the ministry and institution on the government, and also to put some quantitative and quantitative analysis, for example, to support the science-based policy recommendation at the national and also the sectoral level, because now in BRIN, we are integrating and coordinating almost all of the research and innovation activities. And finally, it would be in the best one to have the public support, so that you know that if you look at the policy, it comes and it the aims is to come back to the society. So this link, it will be very important in the future. And as we know that we are trying to open the facilities and also to get together to utilize the researcher and also the scientists in Indonesia. There is also the open program to use this kind of the BRIN belongs, for example, in the infrastructure, in the talents, and also for using some budget coming from the BRIN. And we know that the academic in the universities and such kind of the functional program in some polytechnics and so on, we are also together with the business player. We use such kind of the infrastructure and academic together to support the industry. It will be the best one. And of course, after that, we try to have new startup, even is coming from the green technology and another innovation. But of course, they are also enabling to use their own technology, their own innovation, to use and to together with BRIN to support. And of course, again, global network is the key point that we cannot develop. We need, for example, as the today international conference and also symposium, get together with the global network, get together in the international collaboration to share the innovation, to share the publication, so we can update our states, our position in global. So we know that it is very important to know what kind of the activities and what kind of the thing that we do is, again, if you look at this today activities today regarding to the Lignocellulose, we know that several are also coming from the forest, coming from the resource or the resources from the Indonesia. And again, improving to the research and innovation ecosystem in Indonesia, we try to make such kind of the collaboration hub and enabling the multi-local and global stakeholders, in particular to local industry, to do the R&D in the platform. So if you look at this one, I think using the open platform with including the human resources, the infrastructure, and network may get more and more in the doing the scientifically well proven and also comply with the regulation. So finally, we will have such kind of creative economy. Here, regarding to the global collaboration, again, this is not only the academic sites. The global collaboration are including what for example, the topics coming from, and also who will get together with our researchers, because BRIN has already set some program. For example, in the capacity building, we will recruit more and more at the PhD degrees, and also we setting the PhD by research program, so that they not need to get such lecture in the university, but of course by international collaboration, we have also with Japan, for example, we have Rompaku program or Sandwich program. Even there is also some established engagement with several universities in the world to support this program. And also for the postdoctoral, it is also enabled to set somebody who will get this postdoctoral program into print. And the other things is regarding to the mobility program. We can also invite professors from university in global, for example, to visit and stay several times. That is including, for example, to 6 months or a year, to do research together, to give the lectures in university or in print, for example, and also to visit by the visiting fellows. This is including researchers from abroad, from international universities coming to print to Indonesia, again to doing research together. Then the other thing is about the research assistantships. It is also possible to send our research to universities in global, in several countries, and also doing research together, okay, not only with the university, but also with the industry in global. This is the right side. The left side, it means that in the industrial activities, we are offering this open platform to the industry. They can use this facility as part of their industry, they corporate, and they can use this facility to, for example, to develop the new product, to develop more and more efficiency and also effective product in the future by reducing the investment risk on research and development. Because we think that if you asking the industry to doing research by, for example, to develop infrastructure for the research, and also with the other things, it is again will make some cost, and to the risk of the investment will be bigger and bigger. So in the case of the industrial supporting from BRIN, we try to, again, to support them by developing the new business models, increasing the economic scale, and also transforming what have been done in the research activity into the new business. And if we know that, okay, just skip. BRIN and propose and the team for the, we are trying to have to host the G20 in 2022, and of course it is not only that year, but of course you know that doing research should be continuous sustainable activities. So we are setting the digital green economy research and innovation, setting already with the biodiversity research and its value-added development, and also coping with the COVID-19 pandemic's development using the research and innovation on the medical and also the public health. Fourth is about the space technology. We are also look at the space technology is the what we call that, one of the highest technology that's coming from several technology, materials, energy, and also with the telecommunication system and some rather in, and also with the scientific collaboration, research engagement, ring with the human resource development and the technology for disaster management and also mitigation. So in the case of this one, again, we are trying to get more and more in collaboration, first with the research and innovation working group meeting, and with the second meeting, and also we have planning to have the ministerial meeting on research and innovation, of course, with several countries that is already in.
Tabung gas saja sekarang sudah 160.
And also with the Research Innovation Expo, is back-to-back to ministerial meeting on research and innovation. And of course, finally with the G20 meeting, and of course with the G20 Space Economic Leader meeting. This is also coordinated by the BRIN and the Institute of Aeronautics and Space. I think this is what we'd like to deliver in this opportunity to share, and also to asking all of the scientists who been participate in this international, the two international seminar and conference that BRIN will give and support the collaboration, as well as what you can share to these activities. And of course, not only with the researchers coming from Indonesia, we would like also to invite the researcher, the professor from our neighbor countries, countries who will again participate in this conference, to come and to have such collaboration with Indonesian researcher, and to utilize all of the, for example, in digital, blue and green economic research and innovation, and by using and utilize all of the activities and the infrastructure in Indonesia, so that the scientific collaboration research engagement can be performed well. I think that is the important thing that BRIN will offer. We call the global platform regarding to the digital, blue, and green economy, that these three pillars for Indonesian thinking in the future are very related to this international conference and on the Lignocellulose, and also conjunction with the symposium for the sustainable human sphere. I think that's all my presentation. Hopefully that you are to understand and get more and more in the future collaboration with Indonesia. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much to Dr. Mega Pinandito and also to Dr. Franciscus as our keynote speakers for today's session. As today's agenda, we will continue with the parallel sessions for the invited speakers together with the presenters. And so therefore, I would like just to remind everyone that we have 4 breakout rooms, namely by PS1 for the biomass conversion, PS2 for bio-based smart material, and PS3 for the forest environment, and PS4 for the hybrid topic of forest and environment, enhancing mitigation for climate change, rather than atmospheric science and socio-economy and SDGs.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon to Professor Hiroyuki Yano. Could you hear my voice, Professor Hiroyuki Yano?
Yes, I can hear clearly. Thank you very much for
Thank you for joining us today. I know you're busy. Thank you for your time. How are you today?
Oh, I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yes.
Looking forward to your presentation. Thank you so much once again. And good morning to everyone, for the presenters, authors, and participants. Welcome to Parallel Session 2. My name is Yayan Nurhamia. I will be your moderator for today with my colleague, Dimastri Wibowo. So before we start the session, I would like to remind you that we will love to deliver an interactive session between you and the speakers. So therefore, for the presenters, we invite you to turn on your camera. So once we start introducing you, playing your video presentation, and beginning the Q&A session. And for the participants, we also welcome you to do so. However, if you're shy to turn your camera on, you may use the raise hand button in the Zoom feature to deliver your question, as we will turn off the chat box once we start the Q&A session. And also for the best audio quality, we recommend you to use any listening device, such as earphone or headphone. If not, it is okay, so you can adjust your laptop or PC.
Recording in progress.
Okay, so for everyone, those of you who are still in the main room, I will guide you once again how to join the breakout rooms. So we have 4 breakout rooms.
For the presenters, authors, and participants, welcome to the parallel session 2, which focuses on bio-based mark material. So my name is Yeye Nurhamia. I will be your moderator today with my colleague Dimas Tribowo. So I would like to remind you that we would love to deliver an interactive session. So we invite you to turn on your camera once we start introducing you, playing your video presentation, and beginning the Q&A session. And for the participants, we also welcome you to do so. However, if you're shy to turn your camera on, you may use the raise hand button in the Zoom feature to deliver your question, as we will turn off the chat room once we start the Q&A session. And for the best audio quality, we recommend you to use any listening devices such as earphone or headphone. If not, it is okay. You can adjust your laptop or PC volume. So the first international conference of Lignocellulose and the 10th International Symposium for Sustainable Humanosphere also can be accessed through our official YouTube. So you may stream it live from your phone, your PC, tablet, and laptop. And for the attendance list, we will share it in the chat box so you can check it later. So make sure to fill the attendance list to get the certificate. So in this session, we will hear presentation from 1 our invited speakers and 7 presenters. In this session, the invited speaker is Professor Hiroyuki Yano from Research Institute for Sustainable Humanosphere, Kyoto University, Japan. So Professor Hiroyuki Yano is a well-known researcher in cellulose. He spent his bachelor, master, and doctoral in Kyoto University and has become lecturer ever since. Professor Yano was the president of Nanocellulose Forum in Japan from 2014 and 2015. He also has various awards and honors. For example, in 2016, he won 37 from the prize. In 2017, he won Nanotechnology Division Award, TA-PPI. In 2019, he got Japan Open Innovation Prize, nominations Committee Special Award. And not a while ago, in 2021, he received the commendation for Science and Technology by the Minister of Education, Culture, Sports, Science, and Technology Award. And in 2021, he won the Cellulose Society Japan Award. And overall, he has 170 original papers and 66 patents. So again, we thank you for joining us live today for Professor Hiroyuki Yano. And also let's hear the presentation of Professor Hiroyuki Yano with the title Nanocellulose Vehicle and its Future Towards Sustainable Society. To the IT team, if you could please play the video of our invited speakers. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. I'm Hiroyuki Yano, Kyoto University. Today, I'd like to introduce you nanocellulose vehicle, NCV, which we made using cellulose nanofiber material and demonstrated at Tokyo Motor Show.
Recording in progress.
Halo Bu Penny, MC, boleh bertanya?
Aku lagi moderator, balik lagi.
Excuse me, participants.
Oh, yes,
could
sorry.
you please use English? This is an international event, so please address everything in English. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, thank you, everyone. We would like to just apologize and
For the inconvenience, I think we have some troubles. I'm very sorry. So I think we will repeat the video of Professor Hiroyuki Ano for the IT team. If you could please play Professor Hiroyuki Ano presentation video.
Hello, everybody. I'm Hiroyuki Ano, Kyoto University. Today, I'd like to introduce you nanocellulose vehicle, NCB, which we made using cellulose nanofiber material and demonstrated at Tokyo Motor Show in October 2019. At first, please watch this video. And this video too.
僕が今日見せたいのは、ある生まれ変わった車。それがこの京都大学に置かれている世界に1台しかない木で作られた車。ボディやドアはもちろん木。鋼鉄の5分の1の重さなのに特殊な加工で5倍の強度を実現した。車内にも随所に木が。木といっても木材チップから取り出した繊維をナノサイズまで小さくして固めたセルロースナノファイバーという新素材。組木細工も使い和のテイスト満載だ。一見木には見えないルーフガラスなどもこの新素材で作られている。複雑な形のホイールのカバーも元は木だよ。結果、車の重量は 16% も軽くなり、排ガスの二酸化炭素も減少といいこと尽くし。原料は今までは捨てていた端材。だから資源の節約にもなってるんだ。京都大学の教授はあと10年後には木の部品が普通に使われるようになると胸を張った。未来レンズが映し出す車のその先は教授曰く裏山から車が作られる時代。僕が
How was? Let me start a story behind the NCB project. Yes, here you are looking at hierarchical structure of wood. Wood consists of cellulose, hemicellulose, and lignin in a cell wall. Cellulose exists as nanofiber. That is cellulose nanofiber, CNF. Because of the semi-crystalline extended molecule chain structure, CNF exhibits incredible high strength and high rigidity with relatively low density 1.5. The high strength and high rigidity of cellulose nanofiber is very attractive for the structural application. Then we made 100% CNF material using microfibrillated cellulose, MFC, in 2001 to demonstrate the potential of CNF material for structural application. The strength of 100% MFC reaches 250 megapascal in bending. And when we add oxidized starch by 2%, the strength reaches 300 megapascal. We further developed high-strength materials. When we made CNF sheet and impregnate PF resin and hot pressed them after lamination, the strength of the material reached 400 megapascal. This is as strong as steel using for automotive. In parallel, we developed an optical transparent and low thermal expansion cellulose nanofiber composite.
さらにもう一つ、すんごい特徴が。
これセルロースナノファイバーのシートですね。透明にして見せます。はい、これでちょっとじゃあ、待ってください。あ、シートが
透明になった。薄くしたセルロースナノファイバーは液体に浸すと透明になる。強くて軽くてしかも透明。この特徴を生かして今その用途として期待されるのがモニターの素材。この透明のセルロースシートの表面に有機 EL という発光物質を塗ることで超薄型でしかも強いディスプレイができちゃう予定。早く実用化をお願いします。セル
ロースナノファイバーでガラケー。
This composite is as long as steel, as thermally stable as glass, and as flexible as plastics. We also developed a process to mix CNF into some plastic resin, such as PP and PS6. When we chemically modified pulp and mix them into melted polymer using extruder, the dried pulp is nanofibrillated and dissolved CNF will disperse in polymer. Here, you can see that dried pulp nanofibrillated during melt compound. We named this pulp direct kneading process as Kyoto process. For the Kyoto process, now we are using ASA treatment as a surface modification for PP and PE and acetylation for PP, PE, PS6, PLA, and so on. When we reinforce engineered plastics such as PS6, 10% acetylation pulp with PS6 and kneaded it at 230 degrees, the Young's modulus of PS6 increases 2.5 times of knead resin. Also, the strength becomes 2 times. When we mix 10% acetated pulp with PP and the compatibilizer and in organic filler by 5% to accelerate nanofibrillation, the Young's modulus of PP reaches 2.5 times of knead resin. The strength becomes 2 times. Material recycling ability of CNF reinforced plastics should be emphasized. Because of nanofiber reinforcement, CNF reinforced plastic is material recycled. On the other hand, glass fiber cannot. Seiko PMC constructed test plant in 2014 and then commercial plant using ASA treatment in 2017 based on Kyoto process. And Nippon Paper constructed test plant based on Kyoto process using acetylation in 2017. Gathering these technologies for CNF materials, we started a project to make nanocellulose vehicle in 2016, supported by Ministry of the Environment in Japan. We invited Dr. Usuke as a project leader. We invited 22 companies and institutions, including Denso, Toyota Boschok, Toyota Motor East, and Aichi. Please watch this video.
和桜と名付けられた淡い桜のボディカラーに和や木、未来を思わせるシャープなフォルム。その車の名前は NCV ナノセルロースビークル。植物由来の新素材セルロースナノファイバーを自動車部材に適用する実証プロジェクトの成果として生まれました。プロジェクトは22の機関が参画。2016年度から CNF を活用した自動車部品等の製品開発、さらに各段階の性能評価や CO2 削減効果の検証に取り組みました。
車を作りまして13個の部品に CNF を入れて、仕上げたんですけれども、車全体としての重量が、標準的な車よりも16% 軽量化できた車ができました。それによって、燃費が当然向上しますので CO2 の削減効果が非常に大きなことが分かりました。それがその NCV プロジェクトの一番大きな成果だと思っております。
バイオエコノミーあるいはサーキュラーエコノミーという新しい経済概念があります。それは地球環境とか生物圏と人間の経済活動をどのように折り合いをつけていくか、そういった新しいものづくりを具体的に示したのがこのナノセルロースビークルだと思っています。2001年ぐらいに高強度の材料ができると、セルロースナノファイバーを使って、で2003年に透明の繊維強化材料にもなるっていうのが分かって、そうすると鉄に変わるようなものができてきたりガラスに変わるようなものができてきたんで、
木材から生まれたこういう自然由来の素材を自動車という日本が非常に強い産業に使っていくというところが環境負荷を考えた上での社会戦略として非常に重要なファクターになってくるんじゃないかなと思ってます。
でイメージとしては裏山から車ができる時代が来るとか、
やっぱりその矢野先生の強い思いがありましたので、22の参画機関が集まって4年間でみんなでその部品を作って車の評価をしたということであります。
それは各社の技術開発力を生かし、かつてない規模で進められました。インテークマニホールド、エアコンケース、インストルメントパネル、メッキ部品、エンジンフード、CNF サブフレーム、シートクッション、パケトレフロントカバー、その一つ一つから CNF の新たな可能性が見えてきました。
車の世界ではその嬉しさっていうんですけど、きちんと作って評価して嬉しさがどこにあるかっていうのをみんなでこう納得して進めていったと。嬉しさの一つはもちろん強度合成が上がるので、その分製品としての薄肉化ができる。だから部品としては非常に軽い部品になる。でそれが車にとっては一番嬉しいところなんです。
13もの CNF 部材を搭載した試作車がいよいよ完成。その主な特徴を見てみましょ
う。軽くて強いというのがセルロースナノファイバーの一番の特徴なんです。100% でセルロースナノファイバーだけでとても強い材料を作っています。それは自動車のボンネットに鋼鉄の部材の代わりとして使いました。一番やはりマーケットに期待されるのはセルロースナノファイバーでプラスチックスを補強していろいろな形状に加工できるようなものにしたい、射出成形であるとかブロー成形であるといったような成形技術がありますが、それについてはドアの外側、それから内側のドアトリム、ブロー成形によってスポイラーを作ったりということにしています。透明なその材料を作ることができる、これはナノの特徴なんですね。 サンルーフのところであったりバックウィンドウであったりというところに使われています。新しいものづくりの形として 3D プリンティングというのは非常に今関心を持たれている作り方ですけれども、セルロースナノファイバーを入れた樹脂の粉末を使いますと 3D プリンターに応用することができるんですね。実際にはホイールのフィンの部分、そういった非常に細かな複雑な形状をしているものはこのプロジェクトでは 3D プリンティングによって作っています。
車の部品だとか部材っていうのは、小さいものから大きなものまでいろいろあるんですけれども、小さいものは比較的簡単にできるんですが、大物の部材となるとやっぱりその平面性をきちんと出すだとか、あるいは表面の平滑性ですね、それをきちんと出すことが非常に難しかったという印象です。
NCV プロジェクトの成果には多くの期待が寄せられ、 CNF 素材の持つポテンシャルが実証されました。
やっぱり本当に車ができて走るところまで行ったんだっていうのは皆さん驚きを持って受けてくれてて、やっぱりそこまでの技術力を見せることができているっていうことは良かったですし、
またその自動車のプロの方にもですね、実際にその塗装していない形の部品もその場に展示してあったので、それを見せるとなるほど使ってるねということで理解していただきましたので、訴求効果は非常にあったんじゃないかなと思っています。 CNF が今後社会実装をされていくためのスタート地点に立った、
次世代の大型産業資材になるっていうためには、これから異分野の人たちが集まってきて折り合いをつけるのは大事なんです。
ここからが勝負だということ